What's good, y'all? Just tuning in with y'all real quick. Just had some shit on my mind I wanted to talk about to all my fellow producers, CEOs, and artists, writers, engineers, anybody in the music world. Just talking to a fellow producer, big producer, industry producer, just like myself. And we were just talking about some shit, you know. Talking about the current status of the music biz and how things done changed. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to log on, so I'm not talking to myself here. I just had some shit I wanted to talk about as far as you know, for all my fellow producers, artists, CEOs, writers. The game has changed, man. Like, when I came in the game, when I first broke into the game, let me start off by just telling y'all how I broke into the music industry first, for all y'all that don't know. I came in the industry. I made my major break with and through Trick Daddy. Shout out Trick Daddy. When I was about, I signed with Trick, and then when I was about 16, I think I'm about 16 years old, and I've always been a producer, a writer, an artist, and I've always wanted to be an artist and a producer, both. I've had so many people tell me coming up in this game that I gotta pick one. Like, so many people telling me, oh, you a producer, you're not an artist, or you gotta pick one side and be an artist or a producer. You can't do both. And I'm a CEO, and I've been a CEO for a long time. I had my own label back in the day called Too Hot with a few partners. And now I got my new label, Gold Label Records. But there's been a lot of shit that have changed in this game, especially for producers. And it's been really hard for me getting the placement as a producer these last 10 years because shit done changed so much. I was just talking to a fellow industry producer. I'm not going to name who he is, but we were just having a talk. We had a little session. I'm just leaving the session right now. And he was telling me those days of getting placements as a producer is pretty much over. Like, it's almost impossible to get a fucking placement. As far as it goes, like, speaking as far as sending beats out, you know, and trying to get a placement. All the placements that I made to this day have been, I never made placements by just sending beats to people I don't personally know and don't personally have relationships. I placed I got a bunch of beats placed with Trick Daddy because I was signed to him. I ended up creating a relationship with Trick Daddy. I met Trick's dad first, Pops. And then I ended up getting to meet Trick Daddy, and I eventually got signed with them when I was 16. And that's how I made all my placements with Trick. I ended up featuring on his lead single as an artist, and also co-wrote the record. The record was Bet That, Trick Daddy featuring me, Goldrush, and Chameleonaire. And it just happened to make his single. It ended up being his lead single to his album Back by Thug the Man. And that was a blessing for me, because once that came out, it opened the doors for me, and it opened the doors to me creating a relationship with DJ Khaled, personally, one-on-one. Like, I would talk to Khaled face-to-face when he was still working at 99 Jams, and that's how I was able to get my beat placed on Ace Hood's first album. And then by me having a relationship and being signed with Trick Daddy was also signed to Atlantic Records / Slip and Slide at that time, which allowed me to create a relationship with Mike Karen, which was the head of Atlantic Records at that time. Now he's even bigger. He's running a lot more shit than just Atlantic Records. He got his own publishing company and shit now too. And that also led me to get a placement on Plies' first album. It ended up leading me to get a placement on the soundtrack. The movie was Next Day Air with Omar Epps and a couple other actors, well-known actors, which was another Trick Daddy song. But like I was just talking to my fellow industry producer, my friend, I'm not gonna name who he is, but he was just telling me, Rush, those days of getting placements are over with. I'm not saying you can't get a placement, but it's really fucking hard. It's almost damn near impossible these days, unless you just putting some fire ass shit on YouTube and somebody big ends up using it, or somebody ends up using your beat that's not big that ends up blowing up off of it. So there's still ways, to blow up as a producer and get placements. But, he was just, my friend, my fellow producer friend was just telling me, those days of getting placements like how we used to, he got big placements himself too. He's just saying those days is pretty much over for us producers. And it's pretty discouraging as a producer to have to pretty much swallow that pill and just accept the fact, that it's not as easy and almost impossible to get placements from now on. But what he did tell me is, and it's something that I've been thinking about, is that nowadays the name of the game is to find an artist and sign them. Us as producers, we need to find an artist that none of us want to find an artist. We got to hold their hand and build them up from scratch. But us as producers, we need to find a artist or artists that we can sign, and you pretty much got to own that artist. When I say own, I'm not talking about no shiesty shit. I'm just saying, us as producers, we need to find an artist that we can really get behind, sign them, and produce them, and build them up from the ground on up to where you can end up getting a big deal for them and for yourself. And if you look at all the big producers right now, most of these producers nowadays that are hot, they made their name by producing and blowing up an artist. Like, you look at Mike Will got big through Future. Or at least that's one of the artists he got big through. So that's my goal. It's been my goal for the past few years. I've been having my eye. I've been looking out for new artists that I could possibly sign, get behind, produce personally. Being a producer all these years, I've also became an engineer. I do recording, mixing, and mastering. I got my own label, Gold Label Records. If you're not following us, go ahead and follow us, Gold Label Records. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that. My thing is my issue has been, dealing with these artists nowadays and trying to find an artist. It seems like nobody really wants to sign unless you're giving them a bag and a chain, and you pretty much just giving them a bag, But that's where I'm heading right now. I got a few artists that I've been fucking with, but that's my goal right now, is to find that next hot artist that I can sign. I'm gonna sign, a new artist. I got a few artists I'm already dealing with. Maybe one of them might be one that blow up. They might be the one to blow up. But that's the name of the game for us as producers right now, man. If you really want to make it as a producer right now, you know, you can continue to upload beats to YouTube. You can continue to send beats out, you know, email beats. But the truth of the matter is, nowadays as a producer, if you're sending tracks out and you're emailing tracks out, you know, people could just remake and steal your shit. They can easily flip your beat. They can easily take the same sample, take the same idea if you got a hook on it, and just flip it and twist it a little bit. So I personally feel like it's really not worth emailing and sending tracks out no more as a producer. And it's really not worth showing people beats unless they're gonna, you know, unless you're dealing with an artist that's gonna give you a bag and pay for a beat. Nowadays, the name of the game is to find an artist that you can really get behind, that you can sign, and that you can blow them up, which will, you know, in return, it'll blow you up as well as a producer. And it just works hand in hand. And then it also get you a distribution deal or some type of partner deal with a major label. So that's where I'm at with it right now. I'm going full force with this gold label record shit. I got about a little over maybe like 6-7 artists that I've been working with the past couple of years. But yeah, man, I'm gonna continue to keep working as a producer. I'm gonna continue to keep making beats, working on my craft, uploading beats to YouTube and Instagram, and spreading knowledge to y'all, dropping gems. But that's the new way right now for producers, man. Find you an artist, get y'all catalog together, build them numbers up, and work as a team. So anyone that is an artist that you feel like you have what it takes, reach out to me. Maybe we could work something out. Who knows? I definitely got my eye to the streets and to social media, trying to find my next artist that I'm really gonna go hard behind. That's also another reason why I'm an artist myself. You know, I can push myself because I'm an artist myself, and I've always wanted to be an artist. That's always been my dream and my goal, is to be an artist, but also be a producer, produce for other artists. I'm also a ghostwriter. I've ghost wrote a lot of songs a lot of y'all favorite songs that you done heard from Trick Daddy and you know, other artists like that. But that's the name of the game, man. Find you an artist, blow them up. If you an artist yourself, go hard. Nobody's gonna do shit for you. Nobody's gonna help you. Nobody's coming to save you. Invest in yourself and make that shit happen. If you're gonna invest anywhere, I'm gonna let y'all know where to invest money at as of right now. If I was an artist, I would invest my money on getting views on YouTube, getting your numbers up on YouTube, TikTok, which is like one of the biggest platforms right now to get discovered as an artist. Those would be the main places I would spend my money. Then after that, if I had extra money to blow, I would invest in Facebook, which also trickles over to Instagram because they own Instagram. Spotify, you know, getting your numbers up on there. Deal with somebody that really knows how to do SEO. I believe I'm saying that right, which will get you discovered more and help you grow. Yeah, man, I'm gonna continue to push myself as an artist, and just go hard, man. Go hard on myself as an artist, invest in myself, and build myself into a brand. It's all about making a brand, whether it's yourself being the artist or you finding an artist. There's so many rappers and producers. It's all about building a brand now. But to go back on what I was talking about as far as us as producers, You gotta find that artist, and you gotta make a brand out of them, which will in return make you a brand. And it also helps to have your own sound, you know, as a producer, for people to be able to identify your beats. Yeah, that's all I wanted to, it's pretty much what I wanted to share with y'all, and what I had on my mind, and my boy was just talking about. So y'all continue to look out for new music on me as raidenrush. I'm gonna continue to keep uploading beats, and just keep pushing, man. I done did a lot, but you know, I got a lot of placements, but I still feel like I got a lot more to do. And I know what I'm capable of. So yeah, man, I'm gonna just keep continuing to work on my craft, keep pushing these beats out, trying to write hit records, and looking for artists, man. Any of y'all feel like y'all know, if you feel like you an artist and you have what it takes, or you know somebody that is an artist, tell them to hit me up, reach out to me. Maybe we could work something out. Or y'all follow my record label, Gold Label Records. Definitely subscribe and hit the notifications on my Goldrushproductions YouTube channel, as well as my Raidenrush, my artist page, Raidenrush on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notifications on Raidenrush YouTube channel. My new single, my latest single, Fortune Cookie. Well, I dropped a couple new singles after that. So my latest main single, Fortune Cookie / music video, is out right now on Raidenrush YouTube, with over 500,000 views on there and counting. All y'all fuck with that. The album is out, Soy Sauce Island, on all platforms right now. All y'all go fuck with my album, Soy Sauce Island. I produced every track, recorded it, mixed and mastered every track. Fortune Cookie is on that album, and I'm gonna just continue to keep dropping videos, dropping songs, making new beats, putting them out there. But the key is being consistent and invest in yourself. You're only gonna go as far as you take yourself, because ain't nobody gonna do shit for you. Your dream is your dream and nobody else's. Nobody's gonna take your dream as seriously as you. Even your man, even your best friend, they might take it serious for 1 second, but they're gonna go back to their regular life. Nobody is going to take your dream as seriously as you are. So just remember that your dream is your dream, and your dream only. It's your job, your duty, and your responsibility to make that shit happen. Nobody else's. Stop waiting on a savior or a label or an investor to come around and just make shit happen. Get that fantasy out of your mind. It's possible, it can happen, but the only way it's really gonna happen is if you take shit completely into your hands and make sure that shit happens. The only way you're gonna make that shit happen is by investing the money, the time, and the energy into your dream to make that shit possible. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with y'all while it was fresh on my mind. I feel like a lot of producers need to hear this, because I've been feeling lost a little bit for a little while as a producer, just coming from the early 2000s into 2020. A lot has changed. You know, it was a lot easier to get placements back then than it is now. So just think about that, and invest in yourself, man. You believe in some shit, make that shit happen, because the worst thing you can go through is regret, you know, later on in life. Just having regrets, regretting that you didn't invest this, or didn't do that, or didn't shoot this video, or, you know, if you got an idea and you believe in that shit, do that shit. Don't let nobody deter you from that or make you feel any other way. A lot of times it's better to just keep your idea or your dream to yourself, because sharing that shit with other people can taint it, you know what I mean? It can make you start thinking other shit, like, damn, maybe I can't do this, or maybe I should do it like what he was saying, you know what I mean? So just stick to your guns and stick to your dream. And if you don't make it, hey, at least later on in life, you can tell yourself, hey, I did my best, I tried everything that I could, and it is what it is. Trust me, you'll be a lot happier the rest of your life knowing than not knowing, just wondering and being mad that you didn't. So yeah, shout out to all my producers, writers, artists, CEOs. Some gems from your boy Goldrush, man. Anybody need beats, go to goldrushproductions.com. I'm uploading new beats to that shit every day. I do custom beats if you're looking for custom beats. I also ghostwrite. I write songs. I wrote some big songs that's been on the radio, on the billboards. And I'm about to go. I've been going hard on myself as an artist, but I'm about to like really go all the way with this shit. Like, I'm about to go for broke. I'm about to do everything in my power that I can possibly do while I'm still at the age that I am to make this shit, to make my dream come true. Because it's my dream. It ain't nobody else's dream. It's my dream. So it's up to me to make this shit happen. All y'all follow Gold Label Records. Tell everybody to get them beats at goldrushproductions.com. And let's paint the city gold. All y'all get my album, Soy Sauce Island. I got new music on the way with Kane. I got a couple other most singles. Working on new Crazy Bone music, producing on Crazy Bone's new project, Kane's new project. Ghost writing for a couple artists. I'm not gonna mention their names right now, but yeah, man, time to go hard, man. It's now or never. Paint the city gold. Y'all know what it is, man. 2020 vision. You feel me? We out.